The announcement came like a thunderclap. Jin, the face of resilience, and the most anticipated member of BTS to return to the global stage, abruptly left Los Angeles. Why would one of the most influential artists of this generation step away from a city that was prepared to crown him with glory? And why now? At the very moment when anticipation had reached its highest point. The silence surrounding the decision sparked waves of speculation, but the latest statement from HYBE has shattered the uncertainty with a revelation that no one expected. According to those within the industry, Jin's departure from Los Angeles was neither an accident nor a matter of convenience. It was deliberate, calculated, and connected to circumstances that had remained hidden from the public eye until now. The official explanation provided by HYBE reveals not only the fragile reality of his current path, but also the extraordinary pressures surrounding his every move. This is not simply about a sudden change in schedule. It is a reflection of a larger storm brewing beneath the glittering surface of global fame. For weeks, Los Angeles had been painted as the epicenter of Jin's next chapter. Fans gathered in advance, local media outlets anticipated his public appearances, and global entertainment networks were prepared to broadcast what many expected to be one of the defining moments of his career after military service. But all those expectations collapsed overnight when reports confirmed his sudden departure. The absence left behind in Los Angeles was not only physical but emotional, cutting deep into the expectations of millions of armies who had waited endlessly to see him reclaim his spotlight. In the US, HYBE's acknowledgement of the situation reveals the depth of the challenges Jin is currently navigating. Rather than dismissing the rumors or concealing the truth, the company chose to confirm what many had feared. Jin's departure from Los Angeles was triggered by factors that went far beyond logistics. It was about protecting his stability, his health, and perhaps even his long-term role in shaping the legacy of BTS. What had initially appeared to be a simple relocation was in fact a turning point that might redefine the trajectory of his solo career. What could have pushed Jin to leave a city that represents the heart of global entertainment? Was it a sudden crisis, an overwhelming demand, or a hidden pressure from forces beyond his control? These questions have consumed both fans and analysts, each desperate to piece together the fragments of information that HYBE's statement has now partially unveiled. According to close industry sources, the decision was influenced by multiple overlapping issues: security concerns, overwhelming media exposure, and the unpredictable dynamics of global fan management. The idea that Los Angeles, a city often regarded as a safe haven for international artists, could not contain the intensity of Jin's presence seems almost unthinkable. Yet this is precisely what appears to have happened. HYBE confirmed that despite extensive preparations, Jin's presence in Los Angeles had reached a point where it became unmanageable. From airport chaos to uncontrolled gatherings, the situation spiraled beyond what his management team could guarantee as safe. The escalating scale of attention not only threatened his personal well-being, but also jeopardized the carefully orchestrated schedule that was meant to frame his global comeback. But safety was not the only reason. The statement hinted at deeper motives, emotional and psychological pressures that have weighed heavily on Jin since his discharge from military service. Returning to the world stage is not merely about performance. It is about facing an avalanche of expectations that few could endure. In Los Angeles, those expectations reached a fever pitch. With every headline, every social media trend, and every speculation about his next move, the burden on Jin grew heavier. It is this unseen dimension, the human toll of carrying the weight of millions of fans' hopes, that HYBE emphasized as a decisive factor behind his exit. This revelation raises even more profound questions. Has the industry underestimated the impact of global fame on its brightest stars? Is the system built to elevate artists, Or is it consuming them under the guise of opportunity? Jin's sudden departure from Los Angeles serves as a stark reminder that behind the carefully curated image of global icons lies a reality of relentless pressure, one that no amount of preparation can truly neutralize. Fans who had prepared themselves to welcome Jin with open arms in Los Angeles were left shocked, many expressing a mixture of heartbreak and understanding. Social media platforms were flooded with messages, some questioning the decision, others urging respect for Jin's well-being. Yet beneath the surface of that emotional wave lies a critical truth. Jin's departure was not a rejection of his fans, but rather an act of preservation, a way to ensure that his journey continues without being crushed under the weight of impossible demands. Industry insiders suggest that the move away from Los Angeles may mark the beginning of a new strategy for Jin's global trajectory. Instead of focusing on cities where media pressure is at its peak, HYBE could redirect his engagements toward environments that allow more controlled, meaningful interactions. This is not a retreat, but a recalibration, a decision to reshape the narrative from one of overwhelming chaos into one of sustainable influence. Still, the lingering question remains: why was Los Angeles chosen in the first place if the risks were so high? The city, after all, symbolizes opportunity, prestige, and the global entertainment spotlight. Yet, as HYBE's explanation reveals, the very qualities that make Los Angeles so appealing also make it dangerous for someone of Jin's magnitude. The sheer scale of his influence created a paradox. While the city promised exposure, it simultaneously stripped away the stability needed to sustain his presence. This leaves fans and observers grappling with a difficult reality. Sometimes the stage that seems most fitting for a star can be the very stage that pushes them away. Jin's sudden exit from Los Angeles underscores this paradox in the most dramatic way possible. For an artist who has already endured the trials of military service and the burden of global stardom, the decision to prioritize stability over spectacle may prove to be not just wise, but essential. As the dust settles, the implications of HYBE's statement are beginning to reverberate across the industry. Analysts are now asking whether Jin's departure signals a broader shift in how global artists will approach their careers in the post-pandemic, hyper-connected era. Is this the start of a new model where sustainability takes precedence over visibility? And if so, what does this mean for the future of BTS as a group and as individuals? For now, one thing is certain: the story of Jin's departure from Los Angeles will not be forgotten quickly. It will stand as one of the defining moments of his post-military career, a reminder that even the brightest stars must sometimes retreat in order to preserve their light. The fact that HYBE has chosen to address the issue so directly only heightens the significance, confirming that this was not a minor adjustment, but a deliberate pivot in his journey. What remains to be seen is how Jin himself will address the situation. Will he speak openly about the weight of the decision, or will he let his future performances serve as his response? Until then, the questions will linger and the speculation will continue. But the truth revealed so far is already powerful enough. Jin did not leave Los Angeles because he failed the city. He left because the city, in all its brilliance and chaos, failed to provide the foundation he needed to thrive. And so, the spotlight shifts, not on the city, not on the chaos, but on Jin himself. The world now waits, watching closely, wondering where he will choose to stand next, and how his every move will continue to redefine what it means to be a global icon in an era where the line between opportunity and danger has never been thinner.